So it's often said that perceptions are more important than reality. And certainly, for sure, when you land this new shop concept, then it's going to give a very strong and a very powerful perception as who you are as a business and a brand. It could be it's your first ever shop, in which case the perception has to be absolutely spot on. Or it could be that it's one of many shops, but it's in a new area, different demographic. But in either case, you have to ensure that the correct perceptions are being given off by your shop about your brand. They could be perceptions about price. Does it look as though the shop is expensive, or, it's of a lower price? Does it look as though it's for older people? Does it look as though it's for younger people, single people? Does it look as though it has a wide range or a small range of products? Does it even look as though it sells the product that it sells? Is that a mystery? So it's really important that you get all these perceptions correct. So, while everybody is together in this pre-planning workshop and you've looked at the vision and the objectives, in the big picture of things of this new shop, you need to then discuss the perceptions. Which are the perceptions which are most important that you get across to the customer on price or on range, positioning, etc. Important in these workshops that you discuss, and everybody has their opinion, because, you again may have different perceptions. Different people in the same business, people outside the business, etc., may have different perceptions. But it's also good here to bring in some external market research, customer focus groups, to see what the customer thinks. Existing customers and people who aren't customers but potentially could be. And so it's really important that you take your internal thoughts on who customers think you are, but you back it up with all of this external research. And then together you can see what are the important perceptions and where the bad perceptions are at the moment, the things you need to change. So again, in this workshop situation, discuss all of this. Perceptions to strengthen, perceptions about your brand to change. And then the next step, it allows the group to then look more deeply at the actual design process and what you're delivering. So for example, these are the perceptions we want to make very clear to the customer. What elements of the shop are going to convey those perceptions? Is it to do with the shop design, the layout, the display, the customer service, the colours, the lighting, all of those things that we talked about? So which of these elements are most important in getting the correct perceptions across? The second thought then, and the second process is, so how do we use these different elements then? How do we use the colour? How do we use the fixturing? How do we use customer service to get the right perception across? Clearly then, there are people responsible for each of these different elements. So again, it's why workshops are so important, because you're all there together. You can have this one vision, you can have these clear perceptions you want to change, you know what elements in the shop are going to give the right perception if they're used in the correct way and delivered in the correct way, and you have responsibility for developing and delivering all those different elements. So that is the strength of these planning workshops. That is why you should do them. For the vision, as we said before, but also in getting those key perceptions across about your brand to reinforce what your existing customer thinks, but also to give the correct perceptions to new customers, potential new customers.